You know, injuries happen, sickness happens. But what do you do when you have a classroom full of kids and a kid starts throwing up or a kid gets injured? In this video, we're going to be discussing some of the things that need to happen. So here are a few scenarios and how we expect you to handle those situations. First scenario, someone gets hurt on church property. You know, you take your class outside, you play games, but then one of them falls down in the parking lot and scrapes a knee. They might start bleeding and you might need to stop whatever activity is going on right now. You know, if the injury is small cut or scrape, you know, don't worry about filling out an incident report. But if it's anything bigger than that, if it's a broken bone or if there's a lot of bleeding, then it needs to be recorded. Simple first aid kits can be found in all of the classrooms. They should be mounted to a wall somewhere. But if you need a more extensive kit, you can find it in the annex kitchen, sitting on top of the refrigerator. But please do not use the one marked preschool. Incident report papers can be found in all of the classrooms as well, and also in the church office behind the desk. After you finish filling out a report, make sure you give a copy to the person involved in the accident, but you also need to keep a copy for the church office. You can submit it by either leaving it in the church office or giving it to your ministry director. Second scenario, a child becomes sick. So in the instance of a child becoming sick, there are also other protocols to consider. The child has to be clearly sick, though, before removing him or her from the classroom. By clearly sick, I mean they have a fever, upset stomach, starts vomiting, or there's a major change in behavior. They definitely look out of it. It needs to be more than a cough, in other words. If the student falls into this category, have your helper or a ministry director remove the student from the classroom. If you don't have a helper, you know, again, text or call one of us directors, even if it's in the middle of service. In the case that the child is removed, the parents will be notified, and the director or myself will sit and wait for the parents to collect the child. You know, if vomiting has occurred, cleaning supplies can be found in the supply room next to Pastor Ron's office, or in the new building in the storage room. There you can find mops, brooms, cleaning supplies, whatever you need. If CPR needs to be administered, make sure it's by someone who is certified. A few people who I currently know are certified are Amy Henderson, Melanie Gilbert, Ben Ricker, and Cassie Haymeyer. The third scenario is if you suspect that a child has been abused. If you know or suspect a child has suffered abuse, whether sexual, physical, or mental, you are required under law to report it. Not your pastor, not your director, it needs to be you. Call 855-642-4453. Document any circumstances that are cause for suspicion. If you feel like you need to document an event, be sure to contact the pastor or director. Never ever confront or talk to the parent or guardian about your suspicions. It may cause additional abuse or shame, causing more harm to the child. You do not want to make an already bad situation worse. WGBC staff and volunteers will maintain complete confidentiality and cooperate fully with any and all investigations. You know, chances are you won't have to come across many of these situations, but in case you do, we do want you to be prepared, and we want you to know how to handle the situation. So in whichever scenario you come across, don't panic. Keep your head on straight. If you start panicking, then other people around you are going to start panicking, and maybe even the child, and that's just going to make things worse. If you have any question about this policy or any of the other policies, be sure to contact me or your ministry director.